Here we go.
You're tuning in to Will Love Listen. Now listen.
I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm normally not this. It's been crazy over here. How are you?
It's all good. It's all good. I'm good. Well, honestly, today's been a clusterfuck of a day, but I'm just glad we're doing this interview because it's gonna turn it around.
Honestly, the same. I'm like, how is it this fucked up? It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and already it's just like from 7 o'clock this morning, it's just been going nuts.
Oh my God. I wonder if it's like an astrology thing, if like something's going on with the planets right now.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's not because I don't want to believe in that, but could be.
Oh man. So it's really good to speak with you. I know you have the North American tour going on, and I was like reading about you and I was like really impressed with your background. And maybe we could start off there and before we go into like the tour and stuff, just so like everyone could become a little bit more familiar with your background because I was impressed. So you started up at, obviously you're a comedian and you're also an actress and you have a strong television background because I see like you're a panelist on 7 Days. You're a regular panelist on the Australia and New Zealand version of How You've Been Paying Attention, and you were a panelist on The Masked Singer Australia. That had to be fun.
Yeah.
It's my favorite shows here. And you were also a contestant on Taskmaster. So you have like a background, you have like the specials. So I want to like go back to like your early years. How was it growing up and how did you enter into the entertainment industry?
So I grew up in a town called Benoni, which is the same place that Charlize Theron is from. And it's just a bog standard, nothing happens kind of town. Like Benoni in Hebrew means son of my sorrows, and that kind of captures the whole place. Like it's a bit of a shithole. But if you're from there, it's the same. It's like, you're proud of your whole family, but then when other people come, you kind of go, oh, we don't need to talk to all of them. You sort of steer them away from it. That's kind of what Benoni's like. But we grew up really poor, and I started doing drama in high school. Just kind of because I didn't like my stepdad, so I just sort of wanted stuff to do outside the house. So I started doing drama, and then I I just really liked it, and I would write these plays myself, like because I was in an Afrikaans school because that's my first language, and then for our English evenings to promote the language, our second language, they would have these evenings where we could do plays, and I would write all these funny plays with some stand up and where I'm a radio host, and then just for like the whole class so we can all participate, and I would write everyone's scenes. And I just thought it's kind of to just keep myself busy, and I didn't even think about it. And then I got the scholarship to go study at the Academy of Drama and Art, and I was like, oh, this is great, but I wasn't really that interested in it. And then I started working in advertising when I left school, and then that's how I moved to New Zealand with on the skill shortage in advertising. And then one of my mates who, my friends who sat across from me was a copywriter, and he said to me, you have to go do stand-up. You're so funny. And I'm like, yeah. But I wasn't interested in it. Like, I'd never even been to stand-up comedy night in my life. Like, I enjoyed comedy and I love talking shit, but
Yeah.
I never put the two together, and I'd never been to a stand-up comedy show. I didn't even know it was a thing. When you find out there's a career, like people make a whole ass career out of selling something, and you're like, wait, that's a thing. And then he's like, you have to go, and he's English, and like they love stand-up comedy. Well, obviously not all of them, but he's like, you have to go do. And when I left Ogilvy, which is an ad agency, he was in charge of my gift because he was my work husband, and he got me a little coffee machine and a voucher to go do, a made-up voucher that I had to sign in front of everyone to go do an open mic night, like a spot at an open mic night. I think it was like 5 minutes that I had to do. And I went, oh, yeah, I'll do it. I'll be a good sport. And then I wrote 4 minutes of material, and I thought I'll give them a minute to laugh, because that's the arrogance that you have in the beginning. And then, so I just went and I did it. And we didn't know that it was like at the start of the comedy festival where they're looking for new talent. And so the next day I just got a call from the club to say that I'm through to the next round. I'd won, that night. I didn't even know it was a competition. And I said, no, I'm not interested. And then, the guy said, you should come back, try it again. Because I said to him, I knew so many people in the audience, because he goes, you were so funny. Everyone was laughing. I said, yeah, but I knew about 70 people in the audience. That's why they were all laughing. And then he goes, well, I was in the audience. I laughed. I don't know. And I thought, because I don't believe in missing opportunities. And so I thought, okay, I'll go back. I won't even say anything to the guy who got me into it in the first place. I'm just going to go by myself and see how it goes. And then it just took off. And then after like 4 gigs, I won Best Newcomer in New Zealand. And then, just kind of comedy took on a life of its own. And then from comedy, doing stand-up, I didn't even know, like, all the jobs that it just opens doors. Then people go, can you write? Like, I once got a movie script and they said, see that character, can you make all of their dialogue funny? And I went, okay. And that's what I did. I just wrote on this movie to make all this character's dialogue funny. And then I didn't know that was a thing. And then, you'd write ads for radio, or, like all these things. And then from that came TV appearances. And then I did a few spots, as like you say, like I do a lot of spots on panel shows. And before I knew it, I was like the go-to gal for all the panel shows. And I've been on everything from Would I Lie to You in the UK. I do QI in Australia, New Zealand. Like, it's just everywhere. It's like, oh, this is great. And it's so easy, the panel shows, because it's much easier than stand-up, because you're not alone. There's all these comics. Yeah. So it's great. It's like everything with a life raft. So it's great.
That's awesome. And it's so interesting that, so like, your background, like, you grew up in New Zealand and you grew up, you grew up poor, and then, you get like a regular job, which takes you to, I'm sorry, you grew up in South Africa and you grew up poor, and then like it takes you get like a regular job, and then it takes you to New Zealand, and then boom, you're like everywhere in the entertainment industry. And now you're like crossing over from Australia and the UK to like America. Um, a few years ago you had the special on Netflix, and now you just announced this tour, and you're going to be hitting up different parts of the US. I know you're coming to New York City, which is like, I live like right across the bridge in New Jersey, so that's like my territory. I'll probably go to like one of those shows. So are you excited? What could fans expect on this tour? And how does it feel to be able to like cross over into all these different markets internationally?
I mean, this is like literally the dream, isn't it? Like, when you start doing comedy, initially I just want stage time. And then once I sort of settled in New Zealand and I started doing well, then I'm like, I need to go to Australia. So I started going to Australia, and now I'm their #1 selling comic. And I'm like, okay, I need to go to Europe. I want to go to the UK. I want to, and Montreal. I started doing Montreal because I always thought, like, once I got into comedy, I really got into comedy. Then I saw how many comics, or how many of their careers got absolutely launched at the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal. And I thought, that's it, I need to go to Montreal. But of course, you can only go by invite. And they come and they see, like, just random, like, they've got 2 or 3 bookers that go all around the world, go watch comics, and then they'll invite you. So I got invited a few years ago. I think 2018 or something was my first time. And now I've been back basically every year that we could travel. And it's been just amazing. And I love it. And I'm like, oh, this is, and just to have to tweak your material, and to, like, of course, New York's a completely different beast to Auckland, where everyone knows each other, so it's amazing. I'm looking forward to it. I've been to New York. I've been to all of the places on my, except for San Francisco. I've never been to San Francisco, but all the other places I've been to, because I used to live in Texas. So I'm so excited. But then I'm like, this is, like, in my mind, it's, if I can do comedy in the States, I feel like I've unlocked a door. Like, then I can do it anywhere.
Oh, that's awesome. And I liked your special on Netflix, the 2021. And that's sort of how I discovered you originally. And like, that's so cool to like, to be able to like go from like here to like all over. So, and how, and you are married, correct? You're like an out lesbian. You have two children.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm a divorced lesbian. You know,
oh,
we do that now. We go through the whole thing. We all want marriage equality. Now we're like, take it back. You
I
have
know,
that.
right? Isn't that it? That is something that is ironic, like, because I know like other, gay couples here, and it's like now it's like this one's getting divorced, this one's breaking up, blah blah blah. So it's
Yeah.
it's ironic.
In the
But
past, we didn't know how good we had it. You know, you could just break up, especially lesbians. We could break up and still be friends. But now we're like, I know, wait, we got to divorce. We got to do the whole thing. And now there's all this paperwork. So now it takes longer to get back to the friendship bit. And I said to my ex, I go, this is the problem. If we didn't follow the straights, we wouldn't have any of this drama.
yeah, that's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
This is a straight people disease,
And
getting married.
now it's crossed over.
Yeah, honestly, they pushed for it. They said we pushed for it. I think straight people pushed for it just to fuck up our days.
So like, well, at least you got the kids out of it. So when did you meet your ex? And I know you have one son and one daughter. How old are they? And
I've a 10-year-old, the daughter's 10, my son's 7. And I met my ex-wife at my second gig ever. A friend of ours introduced us. So it's like a mutual friend, they work together. And then so I met her at my second gig. So it was kind of nice. We sort of did the whole climbing of the career together, Um, and it was pretty good because we could travel a lot in the beginning, because then it was pretty early on where she's like, I realized she can't work full time. I said, we would rather live in a studio apartment, studio flat, and then just go travel and, live in a space the size of a car, but then only I work. So she can come with me to all these shows and stuff. And I guess it got pretty tiring pretty quick, where you're going to go. And then that's when we decided to have kids so she can have something to do, give the little missus a little job.
that is funny.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how
No, it's pretty good.
that is good. And then you guys fairly get along now.
Oh, yeah, of course, we're lesbians. Have you ever met a lesbian who's not friends with her ex?
Yeah, true. I feel like lesbians know how to handle like the breakup and divorce process a lot better than gay men.
Oh, yeah. No. We stay friends because I think women realize we've put so much work into the training of this person. I'm not just letting that cut off. And also, I could meet someone in the future that I go, you know what, you would love my ex. And then, and that's how you sort of stay friends, and the kids, sort of know everyone, so it's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what is next for you? Like you have like accomplished a lot. Now you're making a splash over here. So what
Yeah.
do you have your eyes on next? Because I saw like you were on Drag Race Down Under,
Yeah.
and you were on the Spelling Bee show. So do you think you want to like do some of that like on this side of the world, etc.?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to do stuff like that. I'd love to make a movie, because I made an animated movie, which will be out in March.
Oh, nice.
It's with Donald Sutherland and Laura Dern, and like all these amazing. Even RuPaul makes a voice appearance in it, and so that's out soon. And I really enjoyed the process, and that was another thing that I didn't even think. When you start doing stand up, you go, "Well, I'm going to tell jokes. That's my job." And then I get this call saying, "Hey, do you want to do some voiceover work?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then I couldn't actually, like, they wanted me to audition for it, but I was filming Taskmaster at the time, and I actually broke my collarbone on the show.
That has to hurt.
Oh, that was not fantastic. And then I also had a massive concussion. So what happens when you have a massive concussion
Uh,
and you're taking really strong pain meds, and if English is not your first language, then suddenly you can't speak it anymore. Like because my brain wouldn't do that part of it. So I was supposed to do the audition for the voiceover the next morning, and then that night I broke my collarbone. So I said to them, sorry, I won't be able to do the audition via my management. I said, I can't do it. I can't speak English properly. and I don't want to sound like a dickhead, you know, and they go, oh my God, you can't even speak. And then they just, after like 4 days, I just got an email from them and they said, look, we know what your voice sounds like. We've watched your special. We've watched all these clips of you on YouTube, and we just want you to do it. And I went, sweet, send over the contract. And then I did it. And it was amazing. What a great experience. And then now I'm thinking, once that animated movie comes out, maybe I'm ready for a proper one, you know, like have
Yeah,
myself, no nudity, just hashtag, no spoilers, but I won't be showing my tits on anything, but that'll be fun.
that has to be cool. And how is it like doing like voiceover acting? Because I always wanted to get into that because I worked in radio for 8 years.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
before like I started doing all of this, and like I enjoy it, and I feel like voiceover acting, it allows you to really concentrate on the character. You don't need to worry about, oh, how am I going to look today, blah blah blah. You just go into the studio and like it's all about like portraying the character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you literally summed it up. Like initially, I thought this is going to be awkward because it was during lockdown that we recorded it. I was in Sydney filming Masked Singer, and then I would have filming days, and then during the day, you know, in the evenings, and then during the day, I would do the voiceover work.
Yeah.
And so I'd go in, the production company is based in the States and in London, right? So I've got a panel, like a Zoom panel, with say about 10 to 15 people on it, all the little faces. They're all on mute, just looking at me. And then some people are pressing buttons in the control room, you know,
Oh
like the
god.
producer types. But
Yeah.
the director and everyone's just looking at me. I mean, they're laughing, you know, but you can't hear anything. You can just see the faces. But then I've got 4 cameras on my eyes, my mouth, like real close up, because it's a tiny sound booth. It's one of those tiny ones that just one person goes in. And so my character Honkus, which is a rhino, uh, hashtag typecast. So then I would go in, and the first day I thought this is going to be awkward. All these people just looking at me, and I thought I don't give a shit. It's not me that's going to be on the screen. It's Honkus,
Yeah.
and they just want my facial expression. So if Honkus rolls down a hill, I would literally throw myself in that sound booth, like you know, like doing all the and I loved it. It's almost like this character became a friend of mine. It wasn't me doing the character. It was, I knew this character. It was so weird. I can't even explain it to you. It was like having an out of body experience. I mean, I've done voiceover work before, but this was different because I had an actual little character that I had to portray. And it was like getting to know this little rhino. So it was so much fun. If you get the opportunity to do it, do it.
Yeah, I'd love to because I always wanted to like immerse myself into that. So that's good to know. I mean, like I kind of had like an idea how it was because I knew a couple people who've done some voiceover stuff
Yeah.
before, but so it's good to hear from you a little bit how that process was. Would you, I'm assuming you'd obviously do it again, do more voiceover work, voiceover movies, etc.
Yeah, 100%, because you can literally do it in your pajamas. I mean, is there a better job in the world where you go, your hair sticks up like you've just been dragged backwards through a bush, no makeup, and they just want your facial expression. I've seen the movie, they've sent it to me, and it's so funny when I see the rhino's little face, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know I do that. You know, it's kind of weird how they've incorporated that in the animation. And I showed it to my, well, I had the network sends you 2 viewings, so you can watch it. You get a login, and you get to watch it twice. Of course, they don't want you to share it or let the movie get out.
Yeah.
So I watched it once, and then I said to my kids, "Do you guys want to come and watch this?" And my daughter didn't want to. She was on an iPad talking to a friend, and I went, "All right." And then my son, who was 6 at the time, he goes, "I'll watch it." And then I just put the headphones on him and set him up on my MacBook, and he watched it, and I didn't say anything. And when it got to my character, when Honkers came into the scene, he just looked at me, he goes, "It sounds like you, Mama." I go, "It is me." And he was just like, and he goes, "I can see your face." You know,
Ah,
and it was so sweet. So yeah, it was kind of intimidating, but you know, initially, but then I just kind of blocked those people out. I'm like, it's the same as, like I say to my kids too, you know, when you go do something and you say you're scared of public speaking, which everyone is, but then those people just want to see that you have a good time too. They have no expectation. Even if, as a performer, people come in and they go, we're going to have fun tonight. And that's the only thing really that they have in their head, but they don't have any projection as to what's going to come out of your mouth or what you're going to deliver. They just want to have fun tonight. So as long as they see you having fun and then they're going to have fun too. Sometimes, like, when you're with your friends and those friends just, you're just chatting all night and you're laughing all night. And then the next day you go, like, nothing was super funny that you're going to go write it down and start a book about it. But you still had a great time because everyone had a great time. So that's just kind of when I'm in that booth, I'm like, it doesn't matter if you look a bit like a dick initially, as long as you have fun, then everyone's going to have fun.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to this movie.
Yeah, so now I'm ready for another one. Now, maybe and Titanic 2, where the ship doesn't sink. I can be in that.
Do you want to start doing like acting? Because like, obviously we're speaking of voiceovers. Do you want to start doing like acting, like non-voiceover acting as well?
Yeah, I think I'd love it. Just kind of because I've done some stuff. I've done some, sitcom stuff. Like I did a show with a friend of mine, Nazim Hussain, Orange is the New Brown, which is just, a piss take. And I think it's 6 or 7 or 8 episodes. I can't remember, but it was so much fun. Just acting all these different. So I'd be like everything from a warden to, his love interest to, someone being in anger management, just all these different characters. And I really enjoyed it. And so I thought, I think that would be nice if it's like, if I can do that in a movie situation. So Steven Spielberg, if you're reading this, let me know.
Yeah, right. Well, you got a taste of it doing this TV. Now you're ready for like the movie.
Yeah, that's right. Hook me up.
Is there anyone that you'd love to work with in the industry in general, in like a general sense?
Oh yeah. I mean, anyone who was in Bridesmaids.
Love that movie.
Any honestly, the best fucking movie of all time.
Really
Any
is.
comedian, male, female, doesn't matter, any comedian. And then I would like, okay, hear me out, to do a movie with Kathy Bates.
Okay.
Because I love Kathy Bates. And I just think she's one of those actresses that she's so phenomenal.
She
She's
is.
like, but doesn't get the, like, she doesn't get the fanfare like Meryl Streep but Kathy Bates is fucking amazing. I challenge anyone to find anything that she's ever been in and gone, that's a bit average. No, she's always amazing.
She is. She's very underrated because like she has like such an impressive resume. She's done like so many different television shows and movies that, have done well. But I just feel like the name doesn't have like you said, like the recognition of like a Meryl Streep or like,
Yeah.
someone of
Yeah.
that caliber. So that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I love her.
Um, so going into your personal life a little bit, how old were you when you came out and how was that experience?
I was 26, which I guess is kind of long on the tooth these days. People just come out now. People are
They so much
born
earlier.
that way.
I feel like that only happened over the past 10 years because
Yeah.
I feel like like 20 prior to marriage equality, really, I feel like everyone would come out way later in life. And then I
Yeah.
feel like it's only, I mean, I don't know how it is like by you, but over here, I feel like it's only been within the past like 5+ years, not even 10, where all of a sudden people are coming out like earlier in life.
Yeah. 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter has already asked me, and she's 10, what's non-binary? What's pansexual? What's this? And the kids are talking about it at school.
Yeah.
Back in my day, it's like, wow, you got to make sure, so I had to make sure, had to write a lot of deck before I knew this wasn't for me. You know,
How
you don't want to make a mistake.
is every experience just like a no, no, no?
Yeah. Yeah, every time you're like, what's the fuss about this thing about? And spits at you. And then, anything that spits at you is quite fucking frankly rude. And then, yeah, so I came out at 26. But to be fair, my family is so gay friendly, it's almost embarrassing. Like, I think I told my brother first without telling him. Him and I were at a theme park in Johannesburg, and we were sort of sitting across from each other having a, a beer or something. And a girl walked past, and my brother's 3 years older than me, and she was quite beautiful, this girl. And he just kind of looked over my shoulder like that and went, poof, like that. And I looked back and I looked at him, I went, poof. And he went, oh, like, oh, I get it. And then we never spoke about it. But then my mum said to me when I was 26, she's like, she was working as a vet nurse. And she said to me, do you know Dr. Andy's son is gay? I went, no, I didn't know, because I hardly knew the vet. And
Yeah.
she goes, well, do you know how he found out? And I went, no idea. And she goes, well, Dr. Andy's son just rang him and said, Dad, I'm gay, and now he's gay. I said, I think it's more than that, but okay. And
Yeah.
then my mum said to me, if I ever got a call like that from one of my kids, I'd be happy. I wouldn't mind getting a call like that. And at that stage, I was the only one, because I'm one of 3. I was the only one that wasn't married to someone from the opposite sex or seeing someone. So I'm like, I go, so you mean the only one that's not married? And she goes,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just saying, if I got a call like that, say 7 o'clock tomorrow morning at my work, I mean, all right. And then the next, because she didn't have a cell phone or anything, and this is just in the beginning of cell phones in South Africa. And then, yeah, the next morning I rang her at work about 7:15. I let her wait for a bit. And then I rang. As soon as she picked up the phone, she goes, why haven't you told me ages ago? And that's it. So I never actually said anything. I just went,
Yeah.
and then she just went, she goes, I knew it. I've always known. I go, so why do you need me to tell you if you've always
Yeah.
known?
And what was her?
I said, the others didn't come out. My brother and sister didn't go away straight. And she goes, yeah, but I just want to have this chat with you. I don't want it to be something that just sits in between us. I went, oh, it wasn't. I was still dating girls. I just didn't bring them home. But then, I mean, it did change things. It's better if you're just honest about it.
Yeah, that's such an interesting story. I'm glad like your family was like so like chill and nonchalant
Yeah.
about it.
I know I'm very lucky.
That is good that they're like that.
Mm.
Um, yeah, 'cause, it's so funny. Like with me, my parents took it like really hard initially. I feel like my dad was like disappointed and embarrassed by it, but my mother was like overprotective about
Yeah.
about it. And then several years later, my younger brother came out and they
Oh
couldn't
my,
give a shit and they rolled out the red carpet for him. And I'm like,
you
with
motherfucker.
shit, you motherfuckers, with all the fucking shit you put me through, and then this one is just like, oh, whatever, no
Oh,
big.
we're at Mardi Gras this year.
Yeah.
Hey, is it just the 2 of you?
Yes. Yeah.
So your parents are a gay factory. So literally, they have nothing to say. They should be apologizing to you that you don't have a wife and children.
True. Yeah.
I know a guy in New Zealand. He's a chef, a famous chef.
Yeah.
He's one of 6 kids. All 6 of them are gay.
That is funny. That is,
And
I felt
there's
it
another
had
lot, singers, twin sisters and a brother. All of them are gay too. Like, dude, that's
really.
not,
Do you
that's
think
your
it's
family.
hereditary? Because I kind of think it might be.
I think so. Like, okay, now, once you come out and you're not in that I'm a homosexual mindset anymore. You're just living your life, right?
Yeah.
Then you kind of look back at your family and you go, hang the fuck on. And you start working through like the aunties and the uncles. And my grandmother was 100% a raging lesbian. I
What
just know.
you just knew it.
I just know. And you know what? When I came out too, her reaction wasn't like she wasn't. So when my mum told her, she's like, "You better be nice to her." Like, it wasn't to me, or how are you, or I accept you, or she immediately gunned my mum like, "You better fucking not have said anything." And my mum's like, why would I? Like, but I also think that's why my mum was so gay friendly, because she knew. I think part of
Well,
her knew her mum was.
that's good though. That's good that you had such like an easy going experience because mine was like traumatic for a few years. And then
Yeah.
this fucker was just like, oh, like he was talking to someone in Florida and they offered, he never even met the guy and they offered to fly him out. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I was like crucified for this fucking shit. And this one, it's just like, oh, it's a party.
Yeah.
I
Fucking hell.
I
What's
know.
the age gap?
5 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I hope every now and again you just punch your brother in the dick.
I know I should, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you should go,
I punched him in the head
fucking
once. I punched him in the head once, which I'm not proud of, but he knows how to grate on my nerves. And this was when we were younger, and he was taking forever in the bathroom, and we both needed to go to school. And I don't know what it did. It was like a buildup that when
yeah.
he opened the door, I went in and I punched him so hard he got like a huge welt on his forehead. And he's like
Mhm.
almost a foot taller than me. So
Oh,
I obviously
shit.
was angry.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you have to. Like, I don't if you have siblings and you haven't punched them, I don't think you're proper siblings.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you gotta fight with them. Like I know my sister was always very careful because I've got the older brother and then my sister's the middle and then I'm the youngest one. But she fucking knew not to mess with me as the youngest. I was always ready to go. And because I'm like a foot shorter than all of them too, they're both tall and dark and lean and muscular and sporty and shit. And then it's me. So I came out ready to fight. so so my sister always knew she better be careful around me because I'm ready to go.
I feel it. Well, that's like, well, I'm the older one, but he's like so much taller than me. And it's like, but he knows not to fuck with me too because I'm a little crazy.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like the high school like I went to was like a city high school. It was in the hood. I know you said you grew up poor, and I'm like, I grew up like in the hood, and like I was made fun of for being gay even though I wasn't out yet. So there were like a couple times where I had to fight,
yeah.
and like I won. So I was shit scared and I felt like I was gonna shit a brick afterwards. But it's like, like I have a little bit of like that toughness to me.
Yeah, yeah. It makes you robust. I tell you what. That's why, like, if people go, even when someone says, "I hope you don't take offense," I'm like, "You can't offend me." I
Yeah.
was in the closet for so many years. I listened to so many people talk about faggots and
Yeah.
dykes and that it's impossible. It's impossible to offend me. Like you can't hurt me because I've heard it all. I've seen it all. I've like, you can't um step on someone and who they are, but now my tolerance is very fucking low. When I see, because your gaydar pings the shit out of it.
Yes.
So when
Yes.
I see someone that's in the closet, and normally just before they come out, they're the biggest homophobes on the planet, right?
Oh my, that's so funny. They are. They
They
so
are. Oh, there's this faggot at work. I'm like, I don't know why you're talking like this when we're all waiting for you to come out,
yeah.
right?
That is so
But
funny.
then I call them out. I'm like, you are clearly fucking gayer than me. Why do you talk like that? And so I had this instance with weirdly my assistant, her cousin, massive lesbian. Now it is harder to come out in South Africa. So when she moved over to New Zealand, she was a massive closet case, but so homophobic, so homophobic. So then she'd keep talking about these fucking bulldogs and faggots. And I said to her one day, I said to her, I need you to shut your mouth. I said, because you're going to come out the closet and then you're going to want some support from
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
While you're trampling on us right now, I go, I don't mind if you are in a crossroads with yourself, but get your fucking foot off us. And then I swear to God, she came out 2 months later. She gave me a call. She goes, you're right, I'm out. And I'm so proud to be part of this community. And I go, don't ever fucking call me again. And I put the phone down. And I've not spoken to her again because of the way she acted, because at that same time, the way she was as outspoken as that, because my niece came out and she was 16 and she's like, it's too young, you don't know yourself, so if you're 16 but you know for a fact you're straight, how come you can't know for a fact you're gay?
Yeah, exactly. I knew when I was like 14, 15. I just didn't come out until I was like 18, 19. So it's like,
Yeah,
early on,
I
Yeah.
knew when I was 4. Like I didn't know, obviously, like, oh, I'm gonna, these girls. I just knew I associated more with my brother than I did with my sister.
Yeah.
Like when I was little, if my mum asked me, or if anyone asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I go, a boy. And it's not because I wanted to transition, but it's because I didn't know how to verbalize what was going on in my head,
Yeah.
But now I know, I'm like, because I was a raging little baby dyke.
A little baby died.
Little baby dyke with my leather shoes, my plaid shirt, and cargo pants, walking around watching Rosie O'Donnell.
That is so funny. That's funny. That was like me. I was listening to all the fucking pop divas, like at the time, Britney, Christina, Mandy Moore, Jessica
Yeah,
Simpson, Willa Ford. I was obsessed with all of them, and it was
yeah,
obvious, but when you're like denying it, that is so funny. And it is true that like the biggest people I feel like are the most homophobic before they come out. And I had
yeah,
spoken a little bit about it's funny you brought that up because I had spoken a little bit about that with I'm sure you know her, the comedian Nikki Glazer.
yeah,
Um
yeah,
in another episode that's coming out this year. Because I forget how it got brought up with her, but then I started talking about this story, which actually happened very recently because I just recorded that with her last month. Um, so at the gym in 2023, I became really friendly with this guy, and who I thought was fucking gay for months because
yeah,
he was like kind of touchy feely. He asked for my number. We worked out a couple times. Um, and he would ask me about like gay shit. So I
yeah,
just figured like, oh, he's like a gay guy and he's friendly. I couldn't tell if he liked me or not. And then I found out he was engaged. After like months, he brought it up in a group conversation and I laughed at first because I thought he was joking. And I'm like,
yeah.
oh shit,
Oh my
motherfucker.
God.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, it's for real. I'm like, note to self. Um, but and like we worked out and all this other shit and became friendly and all of that. And then one night we ran into each other at the gym. He was leaving and I was going, and we were bullshitting. I'm like, he's like, "What are you doing tonight?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to this new like speakeasy that just opened." And he was like, "Oh, I live right around the block from there." And I'm like, "Oh, you should join for a drink." Didn't think anything of it. So I texted him when I was there. I'm like, "Oh, come through for a drink."
Yeah,
I don't know if I wasn't even fucking hitting on him because he's not necessarily my type, but I
yeah,
was just being friendly. And then I ran into him a week later. He flips out at me at the gym in front of everybody. And he was like, "I want to make sure that you don't have to. I had to block your number." I'm like, "Block my number? Why?" And he was like, "I wanted to make sure. I want you to make sure that you don't have the wrong impression." Um, I'm like, dude, I texted you twice since I met you. I'm like, I know the owners of this joint. I'm like, we were just inviting you out. He's like, okay, well, I just gotta make sure. I gotta make sure. He like flipped into like asshole mode. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, I'm like, this motherfucker is gonna be coming out in like a year or two because just a week before
I
that, he
can't remember.
fucking week before that, he was asking me about like how are male strip clubs? And then he was asking me if I ever went to the gayborhood in Philadelphia. And it's like, I'm not the one bringing up the fucking homo topics. It's you. So
Yeah,
that's so funny you said that because it reminded me of that conversation I had with Nikki. So
yeah. It's always those ones where you're like, I know you're going to come out. You know you're going to come out. The person we should be feeling sorry for here is your fucking fiance who thinks she just found herself a solvent heterosexual man who likes to work out. No,
yeah.
like, bitch, please.
Yeah, yeah. That is funny. I'm
Right.
curious now. What could we expect? I can't even talk today. Listen, today's been the day from hell, and you've made it a lot better.
I'm
Um,
so
but what could we expect on the Just Jokes North American tour? Like, what subject matter are you going to be discussing? I'm really curious.
well, it's just that, just jokes. I'm just gonna, because okay, stand up in the last, I reckon, 5 years, right? Things
Yeah,
have changed for us in stand up. It is, I mean, it's seasonal, like, isn't it? Like, it's like fashion, everything changes. But I don't have a message. Like, you're not going to leave my room crying. Okay, you're not going to go, oh my god, that was so amazing. I was crying halfway. You're not going to cry. I don't punch down on anyone. I'm not going to be discussing my hatred for heterosexuals and their love of linen. None of that shit. I'm just telling jokes, right?
yeah,
No, and there's no controversy. I'm not trying to piss any group off. I'm not, because I almost feel like that's what's happening.
Yes. Yeah.
Stand-up comics go out and they go, well, if I punch really fucking hard on the trans community, or if I punch really fucking hard on this community, it's going to create a bit of a buzz, and that's going to get people to watch my special, or that's going to get people to come to my show. I'm not doing that. I just want to tell jokes because I feel like we've been through globally, we've
Oh,
been through enough shit.
yeah.
We don't like, my tolerance for other people's bullshit is really fucking low. I
Yeah.
just want, if you're saying, it's like with that guy, I'm gonna go out and have a good night tonight, right? I want to have a good night. You don't want to hear someone's fucking politics. I don't want to hear your religious views. I don't want to hear your hot fucking take on medicine. I don't want to any of that shit. I just want to tell you some jokes. You're going to hear it with your ears. Then you're going to laugh. We're all going to have a wine or a beer afterwards, whatever you like, or a soft drink. Then we're going to go home and go, fuck, what a great night. Have a shower and tuck yourself in. That's it. It's just jokes.
That's what people need nowadays too, because just like you said, I feel ever since the whole pandemic bullshit of 2020, everyone fucking went nuts. I
Yeah.
mean, everyone went nuts. They have a screw loose. Everyone is so high strung. They attach themselves to some fucking political issue and
Yeah.
they like ride so hard for it. It's like, take a fucking chill pill. Take a
Yeah.
chill. And it's like everyone I feel like is a little bit kooky ever since then. And I do agree that a lot of comedians are kind of doing the shock value thing, which I like shock value because I'm a fan of like old, not, I feel like I don't like the Howard Stern of today. I like him from back in the day, like old school shock value Howard Stern. Um, and it works in that case where you're shock valuing at anything, like no one's safe. But
Yeah.
nowadays, when you're just like, you choose like one thing and you were like, write it out, it's very like, I don't know,
It's
kind
exhausting. We
yeah,
get it. You don't like it.
yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's different. Like, if you go radio guys, shock jocking the fuck out of everything from road workers to you name it, they'll cover it, right? That's different. But no, it's like they all pick one topic, and then just, like even 10, 15 years ago, it was like if you made a rape joke, you were controversial as shit. Now it's like, oh, you know, uh, like the trans community, or the say, is it no, is it yes, is it, what's a little bit mild raping, that kind of, it's like, calm the fuck down,
I know, because
just tell folks.
I feel like that ruins the night too, because now we're I feel like you're transported into a lecture and you're mentally dissecting, oh, what does qualify? What does this? Is this mild qualification? Like, and then it starts
Yeah.
making you think about your own life and like who you're with moving forward. And it's like, no, people don't want to fucking hear that. And then like, what's so funny? You brought that up. The statistics of rape, it's like you would be shocked. It's like I think it's like 1 in 8 women, and I think it's 1 in 20 men, which that number is probably even higher because I feel like males are more apprehensive to come
Yeah.
through. So I mean, how many people in that audience probably went through it? And it's like now you're like triggering them, you're fucking with their head. They wanted to go out and
Putting them in the worst day they've ever had, you're
yeah,
putting them back. Well done, you for fucking up their month.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's not our job. Our job is to, you going into a room, like you say, you've just had a rough day. Now, some people have rough weeks, some people have rough months, some people have rough fucking lives. Then
Yeah.
they go, you know what I need? I need a good laugh. I'm going to go to a comedy club or a comedy show. You walk into the comedy show and now you get lectured, right? Or patronized or whatever. And then you're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, I just spent money. So now I'm having a shit week or a shit day and I'm out of money for this bullshit. So it's like, come on. Yeah, your job, my job is to make sure that people leave that room lighter and they go, for a whole hour and a half, I forgot about my shit and I just laughed. And it's almost like a little reset. We're the little resets. So people can just go and go, fuck it. I can do another day. I can do another week. I can do another one. But if you in there and they go, well, everything's fucked up, even the comedians are fucked up now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like your philosophy about it because that's what's been missing in comedy. I mean, do you agree that ever since like for the past ever since 2020, like comedy has become kind of woke and a bit of a lecture?
Yeah, but that's what I say. Like, you're not going to learn anything from me. I'm not here to teach. I'm not here to, unlock a secret fucking code. I just want to tell you some jokes. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So no, but I think it's because, like you say, everyone lost their minds a little bit,
Yeah.
including audience.
Yeah, everyone has, myself included. That's why I can't stand that whole lecture shit. I'm like, let me escape for a little bit. And I feel that's most like, most of society, most like the general public at this point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think America, especially because by the time I come there, you're going to be right in the eye of the storm with the elections and stuff.
Oh
I'm
hell,
like,
it's already
people
starting.
be at their fucking end.
It's already starting. This week I was at like the gym, I worked out, and then I went to like the steam room to relax, and then all of a sudden someone comes in. I don't even know who the fuck this person is, and they start talking politics with me. And all
No,
I'm thinking in my head, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I'm like, you don't even fucking know me, and you're sitting next to me giving me some political fucking lecture. I'm like, I can't. It's like it's starting already here. It's starting already.
I
People are
think
high strung. It's like I
if you
have.
think it's acceptable to bring up politics in a steam room, then it's acceptable to start wanking in a steam room. Just get out and start whipping that thing around. Like, it's fucked. You can't do shit like that.
Yeah. It's like no one wants to fucking hear it, and it's already starting over here in America with the whole like it's an election year here, so go figure.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait. And then someone said to me, you're going over right in the eye of the storm, when the election's sort of ramping up. I go, oh, I'm not going to be near that fucking storm. I'm not touching politics while I'm there. It's not my dog. I'm not walking it. If I don't get to vote, I don't want to have a say. So I'm
Yeah,
not saying anything about your politics. You guys know it's fucked up.
it is all
I
across
didn't
the board. I
it
can't.
out. I'm telling a fat woman she's fat. We fucking know, cunt.
Oh man, both parties are fucked up at this point. You can't fucking. It's just a mess here. It really is.
And honestly, like, I'm no, if I was there, this is just between you and I would obviously be a Democrat. I'm so left. I'm nearly a fucking circle to the right. But Joe Biden is too old. Like,
Oh, I'm.
someone's granddad is running your fucking country.
It's so funny. I mean, I remember back when it was very early 2020 before all the COVID stuff, and there were so many potential candidates. And one of my friends was like trying to get the word out for Pete Buttigieg's campaign, and I kind of helped him. And I really thought Pete was an ideal candidate. He was young, he was in his mid to late 30s, but he had like a good background. He was very quick. And they like pushed him out right away. And they pushed out this one, that one, even fucking Bernie. And I know he's controversial, but Joe Biden, I was like, come on. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't
I
know. I
couldn't.
was campaigning for Pete when he was a potential candidate. I still wish he would have been the one they selected, but oh
But
well.
you know what? America is not ready for a woman or a homosexual.
Yeah.
We're not
Unfortunately.
ready for a
Unfortunately,
few decades yet. You're just not.
it's sad, right?
That's so fucked, man. It's like Jesus. But when they said, because I'm like, okay, well, at least Biden will be out with the next election. So, I wonder who they'll put forward. Fucking Biden again. I'm like, no, this is going to be, you're getting punked. The whole country is
It is.
getting punked. I can't
It
fucking,
really is.
people who support Trump go, Biden is still fucking old. It's like Trump is 2.5 years younger. And he's
They're the same fucking age. The only thing that I mean, Trump is a lot more mentally um aware, cognizant, etc. That's why I'm like, there's about a dozen people that they could swap Biden out with. Why are they
yeah.
not doing it? Why?
Honestly, I was blown away. I'm like, okay, well, your country's going to hell in a handbasket.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Oh, unbelievable.
Are you going to be doing meet and greets on this tour?
I think so, yeah, because it's smaller rooms than I'm used to. Because I tour arenas when I tour here. So, of course, you don't go out to shake 6,000 people's hand. But I used to always like go out. Even my Melbourne town hall, it's 1,800 people, and I go out and I go meet everyone. So yeah, no, I think I will.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting you then at a Gramercy.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
So
you need. Are you on socials?
yeah, so my social, it's very easy because I chose the same name for everything. It's Will Love INC, like
Come on,
Will
let
of
me.
Let me know if you find me. Yes, yes, that is me.
Okay, I'm following you. Yeah, man. Send me a message so I don't forget to go out and meet you. But
Yeah,
let's definitely do that.
absolutely. We could have a drink, cheers, before or after the show, whenever you're doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, definitely after. I try not to do it before, but definitely after. And I am because I'm spending a bit of time in New York. I want to bring my kids too,
Oh,
to
nice.
come and I want them to come and experience Christmas in New York because I just think it's so amazing, so different. So I
It
want them to do that.
Yeah, Christmas in New York is nice. So you're going there for the show's in May. So are you gonna go in later in the year on Christmas too?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Then I come back because
Oh,
I want to take them to London, um, to see the build up to Christmas. But then I want to finish in New York so they can see Christmas and skating in the park and all the shit, and then come back home.
oh, they're the New York, they really go all out for Christmas. And
Yeah,
there's a lot to do at Christmas time. So there's Jingle Ball, the iHeartRadio Jingle Ball. I was at that in December. That's like a huge show here because it's like 10, 12 acts. Like this year they had Olivia Rodrigo, SZA, uh, Big Time Rush, Melanie Martinez, Sabrina Carpenter, whoever is hot, like, and it's literally like, yeah, each like 10 acts and they all do like a few songs each.
yeah.
um you get Rockefeller Center, the Macy's window displays, there's like so much.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I really want to take them. I'm like, they'll just fizz at that stuff. My son, like, they both love, but he loves London, but he's never been to New York. They've only been to LA. So I'm like, no, I'll take it to New York because I think they do all of that shit much better than LA. LA is too spread out and,
Yeah, LA is way too spread out. New York is so like, I mean, it's packed, everyone's condensed, but that's what makes it good for tourists because with LA you need a car, and
yeah,
Lyfts are and Ubers aren't going to get you everywhere in LA because it's so spread out.
yeah. No, no, no. So I want to take them, but then of course I can only do it after my tours. So it's
Yeah.
normally now, like this is our summer. So they only started back at school now, but they spent 2 months at home and I'm at home with them. So I'm like, oh, I should take them during this time. Just go London, say Tokyo, London, New York, and then back home.
Yeah, that's good.
Just,
I always wanted to go to Japan. I never went to Japan.
you're not dead yet, Will.
What?
You're not dead yet. You
I know.
still got.
I know.
How old are you?
Um, oh, I hate revealing my real age. Yes, yes.
No, I can't do that because we're on Zoom. Let's say, I don't know, 30.
Oh, I'm older than that, but thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I actually thought a bit younger. I aimed higher. I thought I'll shoot higher just
Oh,
in case.
what did you think? What did you think originally?
I thought maybe 24, 25.
Oh, I love you. Thank you. Thank you. I do feel, you know what it is, because like in my early 30s and I'm fearing that once I hit 35 I'm gonna have a quarter life crisis. Um
Oh.
but yeah.
I love the older I get, the more I love that I'm getting older because like that give a fuckometer and your age work together.
That I will say, I like will in my 20s, the shit that I tolerated, I like look back and I'm like, I cannot believe I fucking tolerated that shit. I'm like,
Angry at yourself.
yeah, I get angry at myself because I'm like, if I was how I am now, then I feel like I could have had the time of my life. I wouldn't have let anything phase me. I wouldn't have gave a shit. No one could have anything on me. It's just like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. But I just wish I was like that in my 20s because I feel like I went through so much like stress and like heartache because I was just very like a mush ball.
Yeah. But see, we have to go through that. Like I try and say to my like the 10-year-old, I say to her, I go, she goes, there's so much drama with these kids at school. I go, you're part of the drama. Like you guys are basically a fucking drama club. And because your hormones are fucked and you're just getting into that preteen stage, I go, you're gonna be like this for a long time still. I go, but just remember you're going to get out of this. I go, and then when you turn 20, you can't believe how fucked you were in your teens. When you turn 30, you can't believe how fucked you were in your 20s. When you turn 40, you're like, holy fuck. Now I'm like, I'm going to be 48 in 2 weeks. And I'm like, every birthday, I'm like, I am a better bitch than I was last year. Every year. And now people go, can you, and you know what's great now? Even if I've committed to something, if I go, I'm definitely doing it, or I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Like say, I'll do shows, or I'll do, and I've only ever cancelled one show, but I'm happy to cancel something if I don't want to do it, or if something else comes up. Then I'm like, you know what? I have to make a decision, and like I say, I haven't done it, but I'm happy to do it. And that's the confidence I think that comes as you get older. Like when you're younger, you're like, I've said I'll do it, I better do it because I
Yeah.
don't want to piss anyone. Now I don't give a fuck if I piss anyone off. I need to do what's best for me. And it's never happened, but I know I will do it if I need to.
That's good that you're like that. And I'm like that now. I'm becoming that way. So I love that you thought I was 24 because I'm like 24 plus 10. Uh,
Amazing. You look
so
amazing.
I hate saying that like I'm 34. I'm like but then I remember I'm like, well, I need to say my real age because now these days people could Google.
Yeah.
So unless I'm at like a bar and it's someone I'll probably never see again, then I'll lie. But if it's someone I need to see on like a regular basis or work with, I'm like, I guess I have to be honest. But
Yeah.
I don't know why it gets to me. I still don't know why, but I just feel like maybe life went too quick. And my 20s were really rough. I think that's why. I feel like I want to redo them over
Yeah.
now. But yeah. But as long as I'm a 34 that looks 24, I'll take it.
But also I think if someone asks you your age and you don't want to answer, it's the same as like, people going like, I had a sore Achilles for about 2 months, right?
Yeah.
And then, why are you limping? And I want to go, don't fucking ask me personal medical questions. What are you, my doctor?
Yeah.
Like I didn't want strangers who would recognize me in the shop would go, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Why
I
are
know.
you personal questions? Like, you normally only see me on television. You don't know if I normally have a limp. What if I tell you my one leg's fucking 5 centimeters shorter than the other one? You'd feel like a tit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so the same with age. It's like, nah, don't ask me personal questions. I don't like it.
I that's so it's so funny. I was like training someone at I also do work for NBC. I like media operations and technology at NBC. So someone was joining my team and we're training them and talking and all that. And my co were the new guy's like I think he's like 24 or 25. And he was like, I thought you were my age or younger. The only thing that gave it away was when you said, oh, I've worked in radio for 8 years before I came here. And I'm starting laughing. I'm like, I maybe I shouldn't have said that. But like it's funny though. I'm like, as long as I look good as the time goes on, I'm happy, you know?
Yeah, that's all. That's all really. But even that, like, someone said to me in a comment on socials, because people are dicks, and the guy goes, fuck, you look old. And I thought, I don't give a shit, mate. But what I do is I always go into their profiles and I get the ugliest photo I can of them and I screenshot it and then I highlight their shit.
Oh, I
Like
fucking love that.
this guy had back fat. He had that roll of fat at the back of his neck. I highlighted all of that. And he
Yeah.
got tagged. And then I highlighted all of that and I just posted that. And he had these paper cuts for lips, like no lips. And I just highlighted all of that and I posted it. And I said, I don't think you should comment on anyone's looks because you are below average in the looks department. And then, yeah, now he's just out there defending himself. And of course, everyone is just fucking commenting on this guy, like, ew, what the fuck is wrong with you? And it's great. It's
I
like, if you're going to sort it out, you better either be fucking gorgeous
Yeah, exactly. I love that you do that because there are so many keyboard warriors online, and I feel like whenever they get called out, they whine about it. When I'm being attacked, it's like you open up your mouth first, you get what you give. That's life, you know?
Exactly. People go, oh my God, that's so brutal. Or there was this guy, I'll never forget this. There was this guy who came at me really hard, and like he was commenting on like 10 of my clips, like on my fan page. And I go, what a fucking idiot. There's over 300,000 people that follow this page at that stage. And, if you lay shit, of course, if someone sees it and they then go after you, that's not on me, that's on you, right?
Yeah.
And this guy is coming for me and he's like, you fucking fat bitch, and all this stuff. And he's like, I should have topped myself, killed myself and all this stuff.
Oh, Jesus. What a fucking like.
Wild. So then I just said something back to him, like I just kind of, and it wasn't even that mean or anything. But then because his profile was open, so
Oh,
because I comment on people's stuff, because then it boosts the algorithm and then
yeah.
everyone can see it, and then there's a pylon effect. And then this guy was like, because his profile was completely open, they could see who he was in a relationship with, who he worked for, all of the stuff. And they started contacting his boss, sending screenshots of all the shit that he wrote to me. He got fired. They got a hold of his wife and started messaging her. Now I don't know any of this stuff.
Yeah.
He then sends an email to my management and he says, listen, I made a few comments on Ursula's page, just banter is what he calls it.
Banter. Yeah, that sounds like banter. Jeez.
Yeah, go kill yourself. And then he goes, and now there's this pylon effect, and people have found my wife, who is 7 months pregnant with a very difficult pregnancy, and she is now so panic stricken. She's in a hospital under observation, and just all the stuff, and how he got fired, and his boss, and he's attaching the letter from his boss, and all this shit.
What the
And he
fuck does
goes,
that have to do with you? He started it.
can you please ask Ursula to ask her fans to back off? So
No.
I then go block him and delete all his comments so people can't see it, right?
Yeah.
But I said to my manager, I'm not fucking putting out a post saying leave this guy alone, because then people are going to go look for what he said. But
It'll be worse for him anyway.
exactly. But in that whole email, not once did he apologize. I said the thing that is so fucking mind blowing is not once did he go, you know what? I was being a fucking asshole and I apologize. Can you please get these people to back off me? I then have to go in and go and save this fucking man, from himself, basically.
No, you didn't do it, right?
No, I did. And then the two people that kept hammering him are two of the sort of real diehard fans that have been fans of mine for years, these two gay guys. And if anyone says anything, they fucking go. This one guy's had about 10 people fired from their jobs. He does not let go. And I've had to say, can you back off this guy, please?
Yeah. Well, that was very nice of you. Very nice of you.
I still think about it daily.
That was very nice. You did not have to do that. And that's why I can't stand people, because it's always someone that starts shit that then becomes the victim when you bite back. It's like, I just feel like when you throw a rock at someone, you can't dictate what's thrown back at you, you know?
Yeah, no. And it's always the same. The outcome is always the fucking same with these people.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I better go. I have to go get my kids.
Oh, well, it was great chatting with you. So fun. You're so easy to talk to. This is gonna be great when it comes out. I'm excited. I'll tag you with everything, and probably on Instagram invite you to be a collaborator, and I'll send like the links to you or back your team. And I look forward to meeting you in May.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yes, looking forward to it. We'll have a good time.
Give your brother a little dick tap from me. Just go, that's from Urzila Carlson.
I know, right? I should.
So, yeah. Awesome. Look after yourself, mate.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.